Oh, hello there. And this is Auntie, and we're going to discuss season one, episode one of Life After Lockup, Gypsy Rose. Let's do it. Shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. I need to stop laughing. Let's go.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody. And this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I want to say a special shout out to Raydella, who is right here up in the mix channel. Thank you, Raydella, for moderating for us tonight. So, y'all, here we go with another documentary, another story, another show on Gypsy Rose. As we all know, Gypsy Rose has been in the news, honey, and I don't know whether or not she has somebody working at TMZ or what's going on, but turn around is something about Gypsy Rose. And documentary after documentary is going down, and I'm just like, what in the whole, what is going on? As you all know, she recently, oh my God, it's my boo. If you all are not already following down the rabbit hole news, please do so. I am so freaking proud of you. And I've been wanting to say that in so many ways, Rabbit. You are doing such a phenomenal job. You are growing your channel as your family grows. Like I'm telling you, Rabbit, you are doing a damn thing. And I'm just so godly proud of your accomplishments, of your integrity, your ability to tell a story and stay neutral while telling it. Congratulations. I wish you much success. 100,000 on the way, honey. I just can't wait for you to get there and celebrate with you. If y'all are not following her, please follow Rabbit. She covers true crime and trending news, and she does a phenomenal job doing it. Okay, so please follow her her channel, y'all, if you're not already doing so. Okay. So as we all know, recently Gypsy was in the news about, they came out and said that Gypsy had filed this lawsuit against this YouTuber. And while I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that the YouTuber has done, and I do have the case, we're gonna read that tomorrow, thanks to Rabbit. I just think that it's getting hard out here in these streets for YouTubers. It's getting hard out here for content creators, period. She is indicating, Fancy, I believe is her name, is indicating that, her constitutional rights are being taken away. But when I looked at the case, I didn't see that, right? I saw a contractual issue. And that's just at first glance. But we're going to read over that together, y'all. and we'll make a determination. What at the end of the day, the case got dismissed because it was in the wrong venue. And so venue is everything. When you were trying to litigate, the judge threw it out because it just wasn't done in the proper venue. So it is what it is. But I looked at today, there's an interview that is also out there about Ryan, and that is Gypsy Rose estranged husband. As we all know, that she went back to her old boyfriend Ken, and yeah. Now Ryan has indicated that we're going to be able to see a lot of stuff, in the show, and I'm seeing some things about Ryan. And I am not a Gypsy Rose Blanchard enemy, nor am I her friend. But I'm telling you right now, I saw some things about Ryan that had my eyebrows going up. And I'm gonna tell you, that's the truth. When I looked at this episode, Life After Lockup, Season 1, Episode 1, Gypsy Rose, there was some red flags for me. Had I been a friend of Gypsy, I don't know whether or not, okay, at the end of the day, why Gypsy still plays that innocent victim role, has that baby voice. Gypsy, a grown-ass woman. Now, Gypsy had been with Ryan, talking to Ryan for 3 years. He said he hollered at her. She hollered back at him, right? He sent her a letter and shit. Almost like on a dare, if you will. So the two of them dated. She married him while she was in prison, despite the fact that she had already been in a relationship with Ken, and that didn't work out between the two of them. And she went, and rebounded, I think, in my opinion, to Ryan. Gabriel. No, that's Gabrielle. I'm sorry. Gabrielle. I see you, you see me, and we see each other. Because Auntie, I was like, what the f is going on? Now, we saw him downtown to the house. Her daddy in the house. And he was in the house. And it was just something about him that rubbed me all the way wrong. Like it rubbed me going up instead of coming down. It was just the arrogance, in my opinion, the sarcasm, the passive aggressiveness of Ryan caught me by surprise. Now he's at the home. He, is talking to the family and everything. I don't think that they particularly like him, but this is who Gypsy is married. And when I watched the episode, and I just was like, something ain't right about him. It's just a passive aggressiveness, in my opinion. And it's like one of those people. Okay, so he came off to me as one of those people that be smiling, and as soon as you close the door, you get the real him. I don't know why y'all he came off that way, but they're excited because Gypsy is going to be released out of jail, and he's staying there, to talk to the family and all of that kind of stuff, and prepare to go and get Gypsy in the morning. So of course he, goes to a hotel after visiting the family, and he's going over the ring. He's excited and all of that kind of stuff about Gypsy finally coming home and the two of them being together. And Gypsy's ready to come home too. So he gets a telephone call, giving him the instructions, telling him that he needs to be there around 3:30 a.m. to pick Gypsy up from the jail. So we see him driving. He's optimistic. He's saying all the right things. Y'all, he's saying all the right things. He ain't said nothing wrong, ain't did nothing wrong. But I'm telling you, I was like, something. So he picks Gypsy up. Gypsy's excited about seeing him. They hug and they kiss one another. She gets in the car. I don't remember him opening her door for her. No, I don't. I just don't remember, bitch. But maybe he did. They're driving down the road and she's like, oh my God, this is surreal. This is the day I've been waiting on. And I want to, the car is moving fast because, she's been incarcerated for all these years, right? And time stands still when you're in jail. But as we all know, life continues to go on. So she's got to make this adjustment, getting out of prison and everything. And she's got that baby voice and she's just, happy to be with her husband and all of that kind of stuff. And so, she has to stop by a store because did she stop by? No, she stopped by. So they went straight to the hotel. So when they got into the hotel and everything, they were lovey-dovey and she, greeted him like she was excited. I mean, this is the first person she see in the free world. The two of them consummated their marriage that night and all of that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. And she said, he was good and all this stuff. I guess that didn't last. But she goes to get some shoes. She has these boots on and the boots don't fit. And while Gypsy is indicating that she's just a regular old person, from my understanding, from all reports that I've heard, Gypsy has been wanting, right, this popularity. She knows who she is. She's been doing this stuff, while she's incarcerated. So anyway, they go. A guy approaches her. This is her, first pictures. Of course, it went crazy. It went viral on TikTok. That Gypsy Rose is home. She didn't have shoes on and all of that kind of stuff. And so Gypsy's like, who is that? So they start driving to the family's home. During this process, she is getting telephone calls from her probation office. They're telling her that she needs to go straight to Louisiana. Don't make no stops, okay? She tells them that she had already talked to her PO and that her PO said that it was okay for her to make arrangements, right, to go to her parents' house in Kansas. And I think it's Kansas. If it's not, y'all let me know down in the chat. And she had this permission, so she continues to move forward with him. After they left the shoe shop, they realized they're being followed. They realized they're being tailed. And so she's dealing with all of this stuff. Oh, okay, let me let them out. Hold on a sec. Just 1 second, girls. Okay, and I'm back. So she's driving, riding in the car. She's got her first taste of a little bit of paparazzi. And Ryan is upset because these people are following him. So Gypsy calls her family and tells her family, I'm on the way, but we got somebody following us. And her father was like, don't worry about it. Just come to the house and you could drive directly into the garage. So downtown at the house is the mama, the sister, the daddy, and the lawyer and his wife. And the lawyer is saying, he's there with them. And I believe that, I don't know if they at a house or Airbnb or what they're at, but they're at this, this home. He comes in, they hug him and everything. And he feels like, he's very close to her. This is like his daughter, this type of thing, right? Presented her, doing her active case. Let me just put it like that. So they tell them, don't worry about it. when you get here, you can drive in the garage. Ryan, in the meantime, is hyper focused on the people that's following him. And so Gypsy tells him, calm the fuck down. Okay. It's all right. We got a plan, right? And we're going to, we're going to be okay. Just drive safely. The whole time he is still focused on, the people. I can just lose them. So I'm sitting up there thinking, this girl's been locked up, what, 8 years, y'all? 8, 9 years? And all you can focus on is not having a conversation with her, not really being at the husband. You just hyper focused on that the people are following you. And where's the conversation? So for me, I saw no connection between the two of them at all. I ain't see it. Now, if I was in jail, and it's going to be a little rash, if I was in jail all them years, I was the first person I saw too. I don't care, okay? Especially if he's my husband. Now, we know that Gypsy was riding for the D before she even went in it, because she had the D take care of her mother, and then while her mother was laying in the bed, she was getting some D. Okay, so we know that Gypsy is about the D. But when I look at Ryan, I expect him to be different. And he wasn't. And so when the people called back again, there was some confusion with Gypsy's parole information. So they called, or the parole office called and said, hey, Gypsy, you need to go. Okay, wait a minute. They was like, Gypsy, you need to go to Louisiana. She was like, no, I've already worked this out. Ryan is ready to basically snatch the phone out of Gypsy's hand. Yeah, you heard me. He was ready to snatch that phone out of Gypsy's hand. We already. One of the things that I noticed in this particular episode is that everybody is in charge of Gypsy but Gypsy. And I know that people have intentions on being helpful. I know they do. But Ryan was aggressive, like off the bat. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section in the replay. But he was so aggressive and so, his temper was like that to me. Maybe it's just me, my sensitivity of being, in a DV relationship. But bitch, when you going from 1 to 1,000, and I'm on the phone, I'm trying to handle something, I'm out, I'm free. Because the name of the episode was, is this freedom or whatever? I'm going to have an issue with you. I'm going to put that in the back of my mind that you did that and that you acted like that. And so while she's trying to say, hey, I'm sorry that is a miscommunication. I had planned on going to Kansas City. Now Twitter is going wild, and they find out that she's going to a game, the Chiefs game, to see Taylor Swift. So this is out on Twitter. Now they call her from Kansas City parole. So she talked to Louisiana. They was like, fine, it's fine, Gypsy. You don't have to report here. Everything's cool in the game. Gypsy is now getting a call from Kansas City saying, no, don't make no stops. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200, bitch. Go straight to Louisiana and check in. So, of course, she doesn't know what's going on. She's like, okay, we cleared this. In the meantime, Ryan is in the background saying, we cleared this. Shut the f up. So Of course, Gypsy is between a rock and a hard place at this point. She pulls up, at the parents' house. He's still he's still concentrating, speeding, driving all crazy, in my opinion. I'm like, no, let me out. So they get to Gypsy's parents' home. And the welcoming to me was lackluster. Now, maybe a lot of other stuff went on. I saw some pictures where there was a balloon wall, but I was like, it was very lackluster. It was awkward. It was extremely fucking awkward. And I think that it's awkward because Gypsy did not, in my opinion, based on what I've heard, okay, so don't come for me, Gypsy didn't really have a relationship with her daddy. Now, she's saying that she has this relationship with her stepmom, but it was the connection between Gypsy and her father was awkward as fuck. AF. I don't know if y'all spotted it, but I did. It just wasn't. I think everybody in this girl's life is awkward. I think that there's a reality that you have to look at and say, this girl killed her mother or was convicted of participating in it, right? Like she conspired to do this. Now, when we talk about the case tomorrow, the YouTuber, is saying that Gypsy's mother, while living, was never diagnosed with Munchausen. That's the first time I had heard that. Because I don't know this lady, right? She's new. I just started, I was in her live. Was it yesterday, the day before yesterday, when she was, saying that she, had to go and appear in court, that she hadn't been served, and she was asking her subscribers and stuff for money to help them get there because they didn't have hotel money and all of that kind of stuff. But I've been kind of listening to the stuff that she has been saying, and from my understanding, she has like the medical records and all of this kind of stuff, and she was saying that they could not legally or technically diagnosed her mother with Munchausen because she had never been, while living, diagnosed. No one had ever said that she had it. I'm just a little bit confused. I guess I probably need to go back and do more. That's if I give a fuck about it at the end of the day. So when she comes in, she greets everybody. Her sister's there, and they're doing what they're doing with the whoop whoop and the boop boop boop. And Ryan's standing around, and I'm like, there is no connection in this relationship to me. And I think we're going to see that play out. Because even in his interview, he was evasive. He did not answer the questions that were really asked to him. And allegedly, Gypsy said that, allegedly a friend of Gypsy said that he scared her or something. And then he says that there was an argument that ensued and he did get mad. But then Gypsy came out and said, I'm not afraid of him. I'm like, bitch, something's going on. I watched his body language and I didn't feel good about it. Y'all, I swear I didn't. Something is the fuck off. At least for me. But anyway, Gypsy now is still dealing with the issue of, she gets another phone call. They saying, Gypsy, you can't go to the Kansas City. You can't go and see Taylor Swift. You got to take your ass to Louisiana. Gypsy doesn't even acknowledge that she's there. So I was like, she's already being dishonest because they told her not to go to Kansas. And she said, okay, but you're sitting on the fucking sofa. So She says that she's a grown, responsible woman and she doesn't want to go back to jail and she wants to do everything. But as soon as things became difficult, she is crying and upset and all that kind of stuff, right? And I was like, Gypsy, you not much of a grown woman yet, baby. You missed those grown woman days of being out on the street. And like you lost your childhood, allegedly. And part of your adulthood, you're not a grown responsible woman. You haven't had to deal with stresses and concerns outside of prison. And the first time that things became a little difficult and a little rough, instead of you talking your way through it, you let your fucking attorney sit there and say that he just talked to somebody. If the attorney had just talked to somebody, I wish they had showed it, because it made it come off as if the attorney was lying. Now all of them were in a room. Gypsy had it on the speakerphone, of course, for production, and everybody could hear, right? But I never saw or heard the attorney talk to of the probation officers. I heard that they were negotiating this with her. And then I was just thinking, she's got all these outside influences and all these voices around her. And one of the things that I noticed that her father has said was, we got to realize while we got influence over her, there's another person involved, and that's Ryan. And I said, that was shady AF. That was shady of the father. And the father recognizes that this is her husband, right? And that Ryan is going to be having some type of level of influence on her. And so for me, I saw the uncomfortability. I saw, this is my opinion, I saw the father being very uncomfortable about where he stands as it relates to influence over her versus a husband. Because if not, why would the daddy say, we got to remember that there is another party involved in this? Okay, so just like you and your wife, I don't know whether or not the people around her are cognizant, right? I think that they all just want to save her because they see her as a little girl. But on the other hand, she's doing grown woman stuff. She is a grown woman. And I know that they want to help, but it looks like a bunch of confusion. And then she can't process what the hell she's going through, right? Because she's out now. She's just getting out. She's in a world, a big ass world, right? The world has changed since she was a little girl, faking like she was in a wheelchair. And I just was like, I think about the stuff that she do now. Who's influencing her? But I think if I want you to walk away with any kind of takeaway from this review, just wrapping it up, I ain't like Ron. I didn't think I would say that, but there's just something about him, y'all. I'm not fucking feeling him. And I don't know if y'all are, but I swear, y'all, I'm not feeling Ryan at all. I think he's overbearing. He came off, in my opinion, as controlling and got to have his hand in the pot, and he just need to kind of stand down and back the fuck up. Give her some space. But I also believe that for a lot of them, at the end of the day, she got to stay in Kansas City. She's staying with the family. And I don't know if she went to the Kansas City game or not. But I'm going to continue to review this and try to have an open mind. Again, I'm not a Gypsy fan, and I'm not a Gypsy enemy either. I'm not a Ryan fan. I'm not anybody's fan. We're going to call it like we see it. We're not taking sides over here at Auntie's Advice. I'm just calling it how I see it and giving my opinion. The people who are downtown in this live chat and the people who will be in the replay, please be nice to one another. Don't attack each other and stuff like that over this, because it just ain't that damn serious. But give your opinion and tell me what you all thought about season 1, episode 1. So tomorrow we're going to have an opportunity to read the case and all of that kind of stuff and just talk about what's been going on with Gypsy, up to date with this lawsuit and why what I think about it, what you all think about it. I definitely want to hear what you all think about it, because I'm just like conflicted about it on many levels. Many levels. Let me take some of y'all comments. So Tamika said, I think the attorney spoke with the Louisiana PO while they were on speakerphone. Okay, but probably so, Tamika. But that's what I was saying. I wish they had shown it, because when he repeated that and said, I just talked to the people, and they said that, I just talked to him, and I just thought, did you or did you know? Because we never see it. So that's all I'm saying. It made it come off as if he had told a falsehood. Michelle said, do people forget she was raised to be a con? I know mama was crazy, but I also wonder about dad. Ryan was her ticket out, but she moved on. Okay. Gabrielle said, same auntie, something ain't right. Something ain't right. She said, I think he's a fanboy. I do too. Well, I think that this is now questionable, because this lady that, again, like I said, I don't know what's really going on, but it appears that this lady indicated in her life that she did need it for something else that she had. I'm gonna tell you, this is a rabbit hole. It's so much coming out. So just remember, that woman's mother had her on the feeding tube when she didn't need it and shaved her head. And from my understanding, she did need the feeding tube, according to this lady that they're suing, or they attempted to sue, and the case got thrown out. So I don't know, y'all. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm so damn conflicted about what the hell is going on. But we're going to review it, and then we'll make our determination. We'll talk about it. Y'all will talk about it downtown in the chat and everything. So stay tuned. I love you all so much. Thank y'all so much for being here. This is the end of my review. Again, please let me know downtown in the comment section what you thought about Life After Lockup, Season 1, Episode Gypsy Rose. Bye, y'all.